welcome to part 3 of the garden room build. So we've got it all framed now. The next stage is we want to get it all sheeted and watertight. So what we're going to do for our roof is first off add our furring pieces. So our furring pieces give us our slope on the roof. So what I've got is these cut down 2 inch to nothing from that side to the back end of my roof. So all you do is every joist nail them on, and that'll give you your fall. Once they're on, I can get the roof sheeted with my OSB, and then I want to get some visqueen on it to temporarily seal it, and then I'll sheet the walls and then get some breathable membrane on them so it's watertight then. Yeah, so let's get our furring pieces on now. Bosh.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe.
So we've got our furring pieces nailed down now. We've got a nice slope on the roof. So next thing is get the OSB nailed to the roof. So it's 18mm OSB. We'll get it all up, cut it nice and square, cut around our skylight, nail it with some annular ring, 75mm nails to keep it nice and solid.
Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night.
So my boards are all in place. I've nailed the perimeter of them so they're not going anywhere. Then all I'll do is mark each joist with my level. So just mark the centre of each joist, and then you can chuck a load of nails in every 6 to 8 inches. Be handy if that was on. So yeah, make sure each joist is nailed, like I say, 6 to 8 inches, just so it's solid and it's going nowhere then. And then also, you might not have this on yours if you don't have a skylight, but all I'll do is mark my joist to my overhang, put it on there, and then cut it back so it's bang on. Another thing as well, when you're putting your boards down, you want to make sure your joints are staggered. You don't want them landing on the same joint, so stagger them, I don't know, every three joists or so, just to strengthen it again. And like I say, you can just run it over and then cut it off after as well. Just make sure it's nice and level and square. Yeah, so we'll get the rest of these nailed and then get the other boards down. And yeah.
The summer night, sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We never need a...
So that's the roof all OSB'd now. I've just got my visqueen there to temporarily cover it, because you don't want this OSB getting wet really. So yeah, we'll get that covered up temporarily, and the next job is sheeting the walls. I've got the roof all boarded and covered with some visqueen temporarily. Next thing is board all the external walls. So again, I'm going to be using 18mm OSB. What the OSB does is it acts as a brace. So see these braces here, they're just temporarily holding it nice and plumb and level. Once the OSB is all on, these can come off because, like I said, the OSB acts as a brace and keeps it all tied in and solid. Yeah, so what I'll do is get it OSB'd, going to put a breathable membrane on it, batten it for some ventilation, 25mm batten, and then I'll have my cement board on to carry my render finish. If you don't want a render finish and we're going for a cladding, which a lot of garden rooms do, I'll just go the same system, membrane, batten, and then your cladding, making sure you've got that ventilation through to stop any sweating if you're having insulation and everything. So yeah, like I said, we'll get the OSB on. What you want to do is make sure it's all staggered, your joints, so it's working to brace the building, like I said. It'll make it solid. Yeah, so we'll get these boards on now. You come to help, have you? Hello, you come to help. Get these boards on, shall we? Yeah, buddy. Say hello. Say hello.
We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night.
So for my openings, I'll just span the OSB over, and then I'll use my router with a flush trim bit. So it's just got a ball bearing that follows the opening and then cuts the OSB perfectly. So yeah, that'll just help keep the strength as well over an opening, because you're spanning your ply over. So it just helps tie it in again. So yeah, I'll get that cut now.
Someday we will look back, and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This summer night, this summer night. Oh, this summer night.
So I've got the building OSB'd now, except for the back actually, but I can feel the weather changing, so I just want to get it protected. So I'm just going to put a breathable membrane on it. So like I said, it's going to have this breathable membrane all around, a batting, cement board, and then my render finish. So yeah, we'll get that, so it'll be fairly watertight then. Don't have to worry about this OSB swelling and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just going to use this staple gun to staple it all on. So yeah, I'll get that done now.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just gotta knock some vibes, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand.
So we've got our membrane on now. Next stage is we're going to batten it. So we're just using a 25mm roofing batten. So we'll get these on at our centres for our cement board. So yeah, this just gives our ventilation gap to stop any sweating and just to support our cement board. So yeah, we'll get it battened down. So we've got this battened now. So all I've done is the 400 centres just to carry the cement board, and then frame around your openings as well, because you want to carry that and support the cement board. So I've just got this side to do now. So all I've done is cut these to 2275, the same height as my stud. I've marked it on the membrane where they're going, level. Watch out, you nutter. Just put them on place. You want to make sure it's nice and flush with your bottom, so when you come to cement board it all runs through nice and level. And then all you do is get it in place and nail it on. Make sure it's all nice and level before you nail it all the way. Then just rinse and repeat every 400, frame around your opening and sorted. So our battens are on now, so it's all ready for the cement board. Before I put the cement board on, I'm just going to get our soffits on. So I'm just going to nail them all up, and then I can butt my cement board up to my soffit. I'm not putting the fascias on yet because we haven't got our rubber roof ready to go. The visqueen's there to protect the roof at the minute, so I'll just get my soffits on and then we'll get the cement board done.
Let's go. We get one chance, you will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night, this summer night, sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I.
So we've got our soffit on now. As you can see, we started putting our cement board on. So we're just going to get it all cladded in our cement board. We're just using a stainless steel screw, countersinking our fixings, and then putting the stainless steel screw in there. I think you can actually get self-tapping screws, but we haven't got any, so we're just using these. Yeah, so we'll get the cement boarded all round the building. Bless you. So we'll get the cement board all around the building. On the back we're actually using, if you come in here, this metal cladding, because we've had a few people asking, oh, how are you going to sheet the back of the building? There is actually a bit of room there, but we're just going to chuck this on, use these corner beads, because you're not going to see it anyway, just easier than struggling to render behind her. So that is actually a non-combustible material, because our building is bigger than 15 square metres but under 30 square metres, and it's less than a metre from the boundary. We have to comply with all the fire regs and make sure it's all non-combustible on the outside, which this cement board is also. So yeah, sorted. We'll get the cement board on.
Dancing by the lakeside, gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance. You will never regret.
Just a quick one, when you're putting your cement board on, you want to leave a 5mm gap on your joint, as you can see here. So where it butts up, leave a 5mm gap. I just use a packer, put it to, just because the cement board obviously won't contract and expand, but because the building's a timber build, there'll be a bit of movement in the timber, so just allows for that little bit of movement, that joint. Yeah, and then when we're cutting it, I'm just using a circular saw. I've got my straight edge clamped down, just allowing for my circular saw. You can get cement blade for this, but I was just too much of a tight ass to buy one, so this is working fine. Just make sure you're wearing a mask when you're cutting this stuff, because it's not nice stuff, as you should with everything really. But we'll get this cut now. Just follow that straight edge there. So that's the building all sheeted. Next stage is going to be the rubber roof, and we've got a skylight that's been delivered, so we'll get the skylight, the rubber roof on. Hopefully our windows and doors come so we can get them fitted, show you how we do it, and yeah, that'll be all nice and watertight so we can crack on with the inside then. So once again, if you found this video helpful, give us a like, and drop us any comments for any questions you have, and subscribe for the next one. Cheers.